In the bustling landscape of today's society, where the clamor for attention and relevance echoes through every corner of our digital lives, there lies an unspoken power in the art of invisibility. This concept, often overlooked in our pursuit of social validation, holds a profound truth that echoes the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Our world has become a stage where individuals measure their success by the degree of their relevance. The modern yardstick of achievement is often quantified by social media metrics: the number of followers on TikTok, the buzz around one's Twitter presence, and the extent of one's exposure in the online realm. This relentless pursuit of public attention has become the norm, with many striving to broadcast every facet of their lives, seeking to be at the forefront of public discourse. However, this relentless chasing for fame and recognition is a double-edged sword. While it brings the allure of public admiration, it also exposes individuals to intense scrutiny. A single misstep can lead to public disgrace, a fate that might have been avoided had they not been in the relentless spotlight. The quest for relevancy is akin to a tightrope walk, where the risk of falling is ever present. In this relentless pursuit of attention, many forget the power of obscurity. In an age where attention is deemed the highest currency, choosing to remain unseen, to embrace the shadows, seems almost sacrilegious. Yet what is our true worth when stripped of public recognition? Are we merely shadows, devoid of value in the absence of the spotlight? The answer is far from this. In our invisibility, we find a serene strength, a quiet power that is often underestimated in our extroverted, attention-seeking world. The benefits of invisibility are manifold and precious. In the shadows, away from the relentless gaze of public scrutiny, lies the freedom to be oneself, without the constant pressure of societal expectations. It offers a sanctuary where one can nurture their true self, unshaped by the demands of public opinion. Invisibility allows for a life lived on one's own terms, free from the addictive and fleeting pleasures of fame, which, much like cocaine for the ego, offer a high that is as temporary as it is illusory. In the realm of invisibility, we find the space to cultivate inner peace and resilience, qualities that are essential in navigating the complexities of modern life. It is here, in the quiet corners of our existence, where we can truly connect with the essence of who we are, unencumbered by the need for external validation. This video delves into the untold advantages of choosing invisibility over the relentless pursuit of relevance, illuminating a path less traveled but rich in authentic fulfillment and tranquility. In conclusion, while the world continues to chase the fleeting shadows of fame and relevance, there is immense power and profound peace in choosing the path of invisibility. It is a journey that allows us to embrace our true selves, to live authentically, and without the shackles of societal expectations. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This is the essence of the power of invisibility, a priceless benefit that stands as a beacon of wisdom in our modern hustle. It allows you to do things without people noticing. In the realm of the unseen, there lies a potent force, the power of invisibility. This concept, often explored in tales and legends, holds a profound truth. Being invisible can be a significant advantage. It's akin to Sauron's One Ring in the famous story, granting its wearer the ability to move undetected. Invisibility allows for actions without observation, like entering forbidden places or watching without altering the environment. This idea isn't just fantasy. It has practical applications in our world. Consider the privacy invisibility offers. It's the freedom to act without the prying eyes of society. While we can't achieve the complete invisibility of Frodo or Bilbo with the One Ring, we can certainly emulate aspects of it. Invisibility, in a broader sense, is about moving through life without drawing undue attention, allowing us to observe, learn, and act discreetly. The Northrop Grumman B2 spirit, or the stealth bomber, is a real-world embodiment of this concept. This aircraft, equipped with technology to evade radar, demonstrates how reducing visibility can provide strategic advantages, such as entering enemy territory undetected. This principle of invisibility is not just limited to military technology, but can be applied in various aspects of life, like in business strategies or personal interactions, where being less noticeable can sometimes lead to significant advantages. Nature offers its own examples, like the octopus, masters of camouflage. These creatures adapt their color to blend seamlessly with their surroundings, becoming nearly invisible. This ability serves them well, making them elusive to both predators and prey. This natural phenomenon is a testament to the power of blending in, of being present without being obvious. Invisibility, therefore, is not just a superpower in stories, but a practical tool in real life. It's about the art of subtlety, of being present yet unnoticed, of observing without influencing. This concept can be applied in various aspects of our lives, from personal development to professional strategies. By understanding and harnessing the power of invisibility, we can navigate through life more effectively, making calculated moves without drawing unnecessary attention. Consider the story of a renowned artist who worked in obscurity for years. Their anonymity allowed them to develop their art without the pressure of public opinion. When they finally revealed their work, it was met with acclaim. Their invisibility gave them the freedom to create without constraint, a testament to the benefits of working quietly and diligently away from the spotlight. In conclusion, invisibility is more than a fantastical idea. It's a powerful concept with practical applications. It teaches us the value of subtlety, discretion, and strategic invisibility in our actions. By embracing these principles, we can enhance our personal and professional lives, making impactful moves while maintaining a serene presence. This approach aligns well with the Stoic philosophy of focusing on our actions and intentions, rather than seeking external validation. By adopting a cloak of invisibility in our endeavors, we can achieve our goals with wisdom and serenity, embodying the true essence of power in stillness, without the burden of notability. In our journey through life, we often grapple with the notion of visibility and the weight it carries. Today, I invite you to ponder a thought. Do you truly need to reveal more of yourself, or at least more than what feels comfortable? In an era where online presence is ubiquitous, there's a growing expectation for creators and influencers to lay bare every facet of their lives. This demand for absolute transparency, especially from a following that can number in the thousands or millions, is a hefty request. Consider the implications of such exposure. When you unveil every detail about yourself, you open a door to vulnerability. The information shared can be used in unforeseen ways, and you might unknowingly invite strangers into the most private corners of your life. This is why I've chosen the path of anonymity. It's a decision that harmonizes the best of both worlds. I can savor the fruits of my endeavors while basking in the tranquility that obscurity brings, irrespective of my online following. This choice bestows a sense of freedom, allowing me to navigate spaces without the shackles of fame. As I continue to embrace a low-profile existence, I find solace in the knowledge that my contributions, however modest, have been meaningful. The advantages of invisibility are manifold, and it's worth delving into them further. Let's explore how one can fly under the radar, so to speak. Invisibility, in its essence, is a form of power. It allows you to move through the world unencumbered by the expectations and judgments of others. You're free to observe, learn, and grow without the constant pressure to perform or conform. This freedom is beautifully encapsulated in a quote by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Invisibility affords us the luxury to listen, to absorb the world around us without the distraction of our own echo. Moreover, invisibility nurtures authenticity. When you're not constantly in the spotlight, you're more likely to act in accordance with your true self, rather than performing a version of yourself tailored for public approval. This authenticity is a cornerstone of Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on our internal virtues rather than external validation. Invisibility also fosters resilience. As Stoics, we understand that much of life is outside our control, including the opinions and actions of others. By choosing invisibility, we detach ourselves from the need for external recognition, grounding our sense of self-worth in our own judgments and values. So how can we embrace this power of invisibility in our lives? It starts with a conscious decision to prioritize our inner peace over public acclaim. It involves setting boundaries on what we share and with whom. It's about finding contentment in our own journey, irrespective of the applause or criticism of the crowd. In conclusion, the power of invisibility lies in its ability to grant us freedom, authenticity, and resilience. It allows us to navigate life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, true to the Stoic way. As we continue on our paths, let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Embrace the priceless benefits of being invisible and discover the profound impact it can have on your life. That trying to outshine others makes you weak. In the intricate dance of life, where the spotlight often seems like the ultimate prize, there's an understated power in remaining unseen, a concept beautifully encapsulated by the Taoist philosopher Lao Tzu. Those who try to outshine others dim their own light. This profound statement resonates deeply with the Stoic philosophy, where Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." Both philosophies converge on the idea that true strength lies not in overpowering others, but in mastering oneself. When we strive to outshine others, we inadvertently enter a relentless race for recognition and validation. This pursuit, while seemingly glamorous, often erodes our character and authenticity. In modern society, where fame and relevance are highly coveted, individuals are driven to extreme lengths for attention and admiration. This environment breeds a culture of narcissism, where the quest for fame overshadows the essence of true character. The irony is that in seeking the limelight, one becomes vulnerable to the very audience they wish to captivate. Consider the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, where fame turned into a double-edged sword. Amber Heard, once revered, became a subject of global disdain due to her actions. Had she not been in the public eye, her misdeeds might have remained unnoticed, a mere whisper in the vast expanse of human interactions. This example illustrates the perilous nature of fame. It elevates you, but also exposes you to the harsh winds of public opinion, ready to topple you at the slightest misstep. The Stoic approach to life offers a contrasting perspective, emphasizing the value of inner tranquility and resilience over external validation. In the context of modern life, this philosophy advises us to focus on our personal growth and moral integrity rather than seeking validation through fame or comparison with others. By embracing invisibility, we shield ourselves from the fickleness of public opinion and maintain control over our peace of mind. This approach does not mean shunning recognition or success, but rather seeking it through the lens of personal virtue and contribution to the greater good. In conclusion, the power of invisibility lies in its ability to preserve our character, maintain our inner peace, and protect us from the volatile tides of public opinion. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember the wisdom of Lao Tzu and Marcus Aurelius, guiding us towards a path of humility, self-mastery, and resilience. By focusing on our personal journey and the impact we can make, rather than the allure of the spotlight, we cultivate a life of true fulfillment and enduring strength. What are the benefits of being seen by everyone? In a world where visibility and fame are often equated with success, it's worth pondering the true benefits of being in the public eye. This concept brings to mind the words of the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus, who viewed fame as a vain desire. Unlike basic needs like hunger, which have a natural limit, the pursuit of fame is boundless and arguably insatiable. It's a chase with no clear end, a pursuit that often leaves one craving more without ever feeling truly fulfilled. Consider the apparent advantages of fame. Being recognized and admired by others, particularly by those we are attracted to, can be exhilarating. Opportunities seem to multiply as one's visibility increases, allowing for greater achievements and influence. In essence, fame begets more fame, creating a cycle of perpetual visibility. But is this cycle as beneficial as it seems? The allure of fame is undeniable. It promises attention, respect, and opportunities that might otherwise be unattainable. Yet, this allure often masks the underlying challenges and emptiness that can accompany a life lived in the spotlight. The relentless pursuit of fame can lead to a neglect of one's inner self and personal growth. It's a path that prioritizes external validation over internal peace and fulfillment. Now let's consider the story of a renowned artist who achieved immense fame. Crowds adored his work, and he was constantly in demand. However, as his fame grew, so did his sense of isolation. He found himself surrounded by people who were more interested in his fame than in his true self. His relationships became superficial, and he struggled to find genuine connection and meaning in his life. This story echoes the sentiment that visibility does not always equate to true understanding or fulfillment. In contrast, let's explore the power of invisibility, or rather the power of a life not dominated by the pursuit of fame. There's a certain freedom in anonymity, a freedom to be oneself without the constant pressure of public scrutiny. It allows for authentic relationships, where connections are based on genuine understanding and not on one's public persona. This path focuses on internal growth and fulfillment, rather than external validation. The lesson here is not to shun recognition or success, but to approach them with a balanced perspective. It's about finding value in oneself beyond public acclaim, and understanding that true fulfillment often lies in the quieter, less visible aspects of life. The advice for the audience is to seek a life where success and recognition are balanced with personal growth, authentic relationships, and inner peace. In doing so, one can navigate the complexities of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embodying the principles of Stoicism in the modern world. The disadvantages of fame. Next, we delve into the often overlooked power of invisibility, particularly in contrast to the glaring disadvantages of fame. Imagine a life where your tranquility is constantly disrupted, your privacy becomes a distant memory, and you're perpetually in the crosshairs of stalkers, fair-weather friends, and opportunists. This is the reality for many who chase and attain fame. You're always under scrutiny, your every move watched and judged. It's a relentless cycle where your hard-earned reputation could crumble in an instant, subject to the fickle nature of public opinion. Epicurus, the ancient philosopher, warned us about this. He saw fame as a fleeting and unreliable source of pleasure, difficult to gain and even harder to keep. His words echo through time, reminding us of the fragility of fame, but let's pivot our perspective and consider the alternative: the power of being invisible. When we step away from the limelight, we shield ourselves from these pitfalls of fame. Invisibility becomes a sanctuary, a space where tranquility and privacy are preserved. In this quietude, we find contentment in life's simpler pleasures. Epicurus celebrated the joy of a shared meal, the warmth of friendship, and the profound peace of desiring nothing. These are the true, enduring sources of happiness, untouched by the number of followers on social media or the fleeting spotlight of viral fame. They don't demand the relentless chase for relevance that fame does. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This resonates deeply with our discussion. The pursuit of fame is often a pursuit of future validation, a constant looking ahead for the next wave of approval. In contrast, invisibility allows us to live in the present, to savor the now without the anxiety of tomorrow's judgment. As we embrace invisibility, we find power in it. It's the power to live authentically, without the mask that fame often requires. It's the power to cultivate genuine relationships, unmarred by the suspicion of ulterior motives. Invisibility grants us the freedom to be ourselves, to grow and evolve away from the public's prying eyes. In conclusion, while fame dazzles with its bright lights and loud applause, it's the quiet, unassuming strength of invisibility that offers true contentment and peace. It's a lesson from both Epicurus and the Stoics. In simplicity and anonymity we find the richest joys of life. So, dear listeners, as you navigate your path, remember the priceless benefits of being invisible. In this unseen space, you're free to build a life of genuine happiness, far from the tumultuous seas of fame and public opinion, blending in life. In our journey through life, we often encounter the crossroads of individualism and conformity. This dichotomy is particularly pronounced in our modern world, where standing out is frequently celebrated. Yet, there's an understated power in the art of blending in, a concept that might seem counterintuitive, especially in a culture that prizes uniqueness and authenticity. Being nonconformist doesn't inherently require one to be conspicuous. You don't need to be an isolated island of uniqueness to truly be yourself. In fact, blending in can sometimes amplify your authenticity. It allows you to navigate the superficial layers of society, customs, habits, outward appearances, with ease, conserving your energy and time for what truly matters to you. Let's delve deeper into this idea. While it might sound contradictory, not fitting in doesn't preclude the ability to blend in. To me, fitting in touches on deeper, more essential aspects of life such as ethics, morals, spirituality, purpose, and life goals. On the other hand, blending in pertains to the more superficial facets of existence, our looks, how others perceive us, our manners and behaviors in social interactions. It's tempting, of course, to express our authenticity through external means, unconventional dressing, unique hairstyles, or distinctive body art. These choices make us stand out, drawing attention and perhaps even admiration. There's nothing inherently wrong with these forms of self-expression. In fact, it's commendable when individuals dare to go against the grain in such visible ways. However, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote resonates deeply with the concept of blending in. It suggests that there's strength in observation, in listening, and in understanding the world around us without the constant need to assert our presence. Blending in allows us to observe, learn, and grow without the distractions of constantly maintaining a unique external image. It's about finding balance, being true to your core values and beliefs while navigating the societal norms with ease and grace. This approach doesn't diminish your individuality. Rather, it enhances your ability to focus on personal growth and meaningful pursuits. In our modern lives, where the pressure to be constantly seen and different can be overwhelming, choosing to blend in can be a form of rebellion. It's a decision to prioritize internal development over external validation. It's about being comfortable in your skin, without needing the world to acknowledge your uniqueness at every turn. So, my advice is this: embrace the power of invisibility. Use it as a tool to focus on what truly matters, your personal growth, your values, and your journey. In doing so, you'll find that your authenticity shines brighter than any outward display of uniqueness ever could. Remember, in a world that's loud and demanding, sometimes the quietest person in the room is the most powerful. The notion of authenticity, often misconstrued, extends far beyond the superficial layers of our external appearance. Consider a man adorned with an array of piercings, his hair dyed in vibrant hues, tattoos etching stories across his skin, and an unconventional fashion sense that defies the norms. At first glance, he embodies the epitome of nonconformity. However, this outward rebellion might merely be a facade, a quest for social media validation, aligning him paradoxically with the very herd mentality he seeks to defy. Yet beneath this veneer of defiance, there might reside a soul marching to the beat of its own drum, living authentically in alignment with its inner truths. This brings us to a pivotal realization, eloquently captured by the Stoic philosopher Seneca. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. In the context of our discussion, it's not the one who outwardly appears different, who is necessarily authentic, but rather the one who finds richness in simplicity and contentment in his inner world. Authentic living does not demand a conspicuous display of uniqueness in our external choices. Instead, it invites us to delve deeper, to value the internal over the external. Embracing the power of blending in, especially in mundane aspects like fashion, hairstyle, or societal norms, can be incredibly liberating. It allows one to navigate life with ease, avoiding unnecessary attention or judgment. This form of invisibility is not about suppression of self, but the strategic choice of battles. By not standing out in trivial matters, you conserve energy and focus for what truly matters: your personal beliefs, aspirations, and values. You become a silent observer, a thinker unswayed by the tides of societal expectations. This strategy of blending in, of being invisible, offers a unique advantage. You fly under the radar, perceived as part of the crowd, yet distinct in your thoughts and actions. This invisibility shields you from unwarranted scrutiny and challenges, granting you the freedom to pursue your goals and beliefs without the burden of external validation. In conclusion, the power of invisibility lies not in the erasure of identity, but in the discerning choice of when and how to reveal one's true self. It is a testament to the Stoic belief in the value of inner richness over outward extravagance. As we navigate the modern world, let us embrace this wisdom, finding strength in our invisibility and authenticity in our quiet nonconformity. I invite your thoughts and reflections on this perspective. Please share your insights in the comments below. Thank you for engaging with this discourse. Extroverts may control the world, but introverts can create it. Introverts possess their own strength and charm. They are more knowledgeable and talented than we often think. And those who live invisibly are like introverts. There was a topic that once received a lot of attention on social media. How tired are introverts? This topic struck a chord with many people and garnered various comments and opinions. Wherever you go, there's a feeling of low presence, making it hard to blend in with those around you. Often unhappy, feeling like depression but not sure. Even when others owe money and don't pay back, there's a reluctance to ask for it. In this world, people are always encouraged to be happy and dynamic, to speak up and act, and there are somewhat biased views towards those who are introspective. Many introverts struggle with this, trying to make a change, only to exhaust themselves. But people don't realize that this is just a certain misunderstanding about human nature. Being introverted is not a disadvantage, but an overlooked advantage. Extroverts tend to be lively and express their emotions outwardly, like the sun, warm and bright, always attracting attention from the crowd. Introverts crave quiet, are not good at talking, dislike socializing, and are easily abandoned and isolated. In reality, we only see the shyness and silence of introverts without knowing their immense potential within. I read a story online. There was a quiet girl, always alone except when necessary. She barely talked to anyone. She hardly participated in various activities organized by the dormitory. Despite the overwhelming noise, she would sit and focus on reading. Over time, her roommates began to draw conclusions about her. With her withdrawn, selfish, and indifferent personality, hard to grasp. Maybe one day she would do something unusual. But then the girl's results surprised everyone. Her English speech was so good that even foreigners shared and liked it. She analyzed news in the industry and got straight to the point. Her writings were sharp, profound, and overwhelming. In the second semester of her final year, the girl was admitted to Peking University. Only then did people realize that their own prejudices had caused misconceptions and misunderstandings about the girl. Introverts don't have psychological problems. They just don't want to be close to superficial people, and they don't follow the crowd, keeping a certain distance from others, not because they are not good, but because they dislike noise and bustle. There's a great saying, living introspectively is not a weakness but has many advantages and shining points. You must allow some people to have their own attributes. Introverts are calm and introspective. They speak less and do more, have self-control and strong actions. They like independent thinking, have their own understanding and perspectives, and see issues more tightly and comprehensively. They can also take steps steadily and surely, not distracted by external influences. In fact, introverts ignored by others are masters at hiding their secrets. Introverts draw energy from within. Psychologist Jung pointed out that the main difference between introversion and extroversion lies in the direction of psychological energy. Extroverts direct their vitality to understanding and transforming the external world, achieving recognition from the outside. Introverts direct their vitality to exploring and building inner harmony, and gaining energy from within. Introverts like quiet, using alone time to talk to their heart and adjust their state. Their inner world is not empty but very colorful. Writer Haruki Murakami, whose works have a significant impact on readers worldwide, frankly admits he is an absolute introvert. He doesn't like talking and is very cautious when speaking to others, finding interviews physically and mentally exhausting. Even answering emails tires him. Even if he were to be kept silent forever, he wouldn't feel any pain. Conversely reading, listening to music, going out for walks, playing with cats alone makes him feel relaxed and comfortable. When alone, he has created many classic works and discovered the joy of running, which has helped him escape a bland life and heal his body and mind. As written in the book Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. At least 1/3 of the people in the world are introverts. They prefer listening to speaking. They tend to enjoy reading books more than attending parties. They are creative enough but don't like to promote themselves. In this era, many people want to express themselves, but neglect to build and nurture within. Those who can endure solitude are the wisest. They know how to look inward and think in solitude, stay away from the disturbance and consumption of the outside world, and devote time and energy to what they are passionate about. Let the mind be calm, to see through the essence of things and understand what one wants, to grasp the direction of the heart, find joy in life and the most valuable things in life, and live a more realistic and calm life. Introverts tend to succeed. The more introverted a person is, the richer and stronger their heart becomes. Luo Yonghao said, "Extroverts may control the world, but introverts can create a world." 70% of successful people in the world are introverts. They always quietly accumulate knowledge and influence our lives. Zhu Xiaohu, an investment tycoon, discovered almost all the shops, but missed investing in ByteDance, which greatly annoyed him. The reason is that Zhu Xiaohu believed that Zhang Yiming, the founder of ByteDance, was somewhat shy and introspective, and he couldn't see his own advantages. And Zhu Xiaohu thought that entrepreneurs should have a wolf-like personality, strong charisma, and aggressiveness. Unexpectedly, ByteDance has now struck like lightning, with Zhang Yiming firmly holding the second position in the Hurun Rich list for the past 10 years. And surprisingly, ByteDance has developed very well. In 10 years, ByteDance's founder Zhang Yiming has consistently held the second position in the Hurun Rich list. These surprises are, however, quite logical. With an introvert, their talent can exceed your imagination. Being introverted does not hinder a person's development but makes them more sensitive, focused, and capable of creating miracles. A Douyin blogger said that we often think salespeople should be communicative, but in reality, introverts are more likely to become talented salespeople. There is a colleague in their company who is not good at speaking, but his monthly results are always in the top 3 of the group. He gives people a very sincere and realistic feeling, making them very trustworthy. Conversations with him are easy and comfortable. He is good at listening, quickly grasps customer needs, understands the core issues, and thinks from the customer's perspective, making him persuasive. It seems that being a good speaker is just a stepping stone to getting along with people, while an attractive personality is the trump card for a long-term relationship. Introverts are not entirely reticent, but are very cautious. The way to open up the world is not through personality, but through ability. No one is perfect, and the biggest challenge people face is not to change themselves, but to be themselves. Facing one's own characteristics developing them, creating a unique style, achieving one's value, and letting oneself shine. This is the way to gain a foothold. How to leverage the strengths of introverts. Kane, a personality research expert, wrote in a report, "No matter how much Bill Gates practices his social skills, he could never become President Clinton. No matter how much time Clinton spends tinkering with computers, he will not be Bill Gates." Each personality has room for growth as long as you have real talent and work hard. You need not fear being underrated. So, how can introverts use their personality strengths? First, face personality traits. Analyze yourself comprehensively, understand your personality tendencies, position yourself well, face your strengths and weaknesses, and cultivate confidence and courage. Second, utilize solitude. Escape the hustle and bustle, meditate and reflect, and enjoy peaceful moments. Do something relaxing and fun to make yourself comfortable, or learn to exercise and recharge yourself. Third, set appropriate goals. Develop abilities based on personality strengths and specialize in areas you are good at. If you don't like speaking, you can try writing. If you're not good at management, you can focus on technical work. Fourth, regularly review results. Regularly self-check the completion of goals, adjust methods and approaches accordingly. Also, be brave in challenging yourself, continually improving and perfecting. Finally, I hope that you, as an introvert, will build your core competitive ability and become a better version of yourself. As we journey through the intricate tapestry of life, we often find ourselves caught in the relentless pursuit of visibility and recognition. Yet, as we've explored in this video, there is an undeniable power and a multitude of benefits in embracing the art of invisibility. In a world obsessed with the spotlight, choosing the path of subtlety and discretion can be a source of profound strength and tranquility. Invisibility allows us to move through life with a serene mind, unburdened by the constant need for approval or the fear of public scrutiny. It grants us the freedom to observe, to think, and to act without the distortions of fame or the pressures of societal expectations. This path, often overlooked, offers a unique perspective on life, where the focus shifts from external validation to internal peace and self-fulfillment. As we conclude this exploration, I invite you to reflect on the power of being unseen. Consider the tranquility that comes from a life lived not for the eyes of others, but for the contentment of one's own soul. And as we part ways, I encourage you to engage with our community here at Stoic in Your Life. If this video has sparked a thought, a feeling, or a new perspective, please share your insights in the comments below. And remember, if you found value in our journey today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to delve into the profound wisdom of Stoicism and its application in our modern world. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may you navigate the ebbs and flows of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit.